Hi folks, Jean Kalinda here. Today I'm bringing you Social Home Services, the Plumbing Edition. I'll give you a little backstory, then tell you why this is so important and what it can mean to you. About a year and a half ago, I purchased a beautiful pack of gorgeous graphics for posting on Facebook pages. And I paid about $300 for that pack. And even though I'm not particularly interested in chiropractors as clients, that's what was available. So I purchased it and I thought, well, I'll test this model out because I liked the revenue stream from it and I just liked so much about it. And so I thought I'd test it. Well, it was awesome. And I was able to talk some chiropractors into letting me post on their Facebook pages. And I was charging a little tiny bit a month, maybe $100, maybe I think one of them is $150 a month. But I set it up. It took me a couple hours to figure it out, and I never touched again. And that's what's so awesome about this model. And I'm going to show you how you can do that with a pack of graphics that we're selling you for the plumbing niche. And I sold you, some of you are new to me, but I sold a pack for roofers not too long ago, and it was an amazing pack. And a lot of people have loved it, and of course, roofing is my favorite niche of all, so that was cool. But I decided to reach out to some other home service niches, and I chose plumbing, mainly because of the feedback I got from some of you. Now, the whole idea here is that Facebook is now as important as what a website was 10 years ago. And a lot of business owners know that. They set up their Facebook pages and they're all gung-ho at first, and then they get busy, even though they were well-intentioned, and they abandon it. And pretty soon, they haven't posted since Christmas when they put up a Merry Christmas post or something. And this is like the end of, this is the 1st of April now. And so they really need good, fresh content. And the idea is to create engagement. And when I do this for a client, I'm not promising ROI. I don't have to get likes. I don't have to produce revenue, unlike my SEO efforts. And I still have clients I do SEO for. But this is just so dead simple, just so simple. And it fills a hole for a lot of businesses. And so I started creating, I have a designer. I don't do it myself. I started having a designer create a pack of graphics for some of the home services. So today I'm bringing you the Plumbers. Now you might think, well, what can I do with that? Well, here's what you can do. Number one, you could just use it as a foot in the door. I actually did this with some roofers. I said, let's get to know each other. Let's start small. Let me just start posting on your Facebook page. Took me about 2 hours to set it up, and I was charging $100 a month, and I never have to touch it again. That's the coolest thing about this. You never have to touch it again. I'm going to show you how with the auto posting software that we'll bring to you. Now, if you think about that, and by the way, they don't quit. I have never had a client cancel. So if you think about that, you're making about $1,200 a year off of one client. And after you get set up the first time, it'll only take you about an hour. Well, who makes $1,200 an hour, right? I do. And I'm going to show you how you can too. Now, so I've told you how you can use this as a foot in the door. Because once they get to know you and like you and see the beautiful work that you do, then you can go back to them and say, hey, your website needs some attention. Hey, you're not ranking on Google. Hey, you don't have your GMB listing claim. There's all sorts of things you could do to upsell that client. And I recently did that with a roofing client, and he's in Arkansas. And so I was actually able to stop and meet him on this last trip that Leon and I were on. And I love the contractor clients because they're not snooty, they don't have gatekeepers, they're easy to find, they're usually making a lot of money if things are done right with their marketing, and I'm just in love with them. So, foot in the door, and then you can upsell them. Or what you could do is just decide, hey, I'm going to get 100 of these clients, and I'll just do nothing but this, and I'll have no fulfillment, no SEO, no backlinks, no video. There's so many moving pieces to this marketing game. But what about if you just went out over time and found 100 of these? You'd have a $10,000 a month income, and you've worked an hour for each one. I mean, folks, does it get any better than this? I don't think so. So what else you can do? Well, I already had clients, and probably some of you do too. And so I just use my graphics and my Facebook posting as icing on the cake. So I already had a lot of roofing clients. So I just went back and said, hey, I'm going to add this. Well, everybody loves it. And I guarantee you, they'll think twice before they ever leave me as their marketing expert. And so there's so many ways that you can look at this. And I'm going to just ask you to go on to the bottom of the page somewhere. There's a link somewhere for you to buy. And you might say, why are you selling this for $27? Or, oh, and by the way, I do encourage you to go ahead and get the upsell and buy the whole pack of 180, because you can recycle them on autopilot, and you're going to need the whole 180. If you want to get your feet wet with 60, that's fine. But find that buy button, and just know that you're in for a ride, and it's a good ride. But you might be asking, why are you selling this? If you pay $300 for yours, why are you selling this for $27, or like the upsell, I think, is $47? Well, here's the reason. I'll just be real honest with you. I'm going to be 68 next month. I'm not in my big business building boom. I've done it already. And I'm in my legacy building years. And if I can help a lot of you to have the life that you deserve, and the life that I have now with Leon, where we have freedom and we have flexibility and we can travel and we can enjoy ourselves. And no, I'm not a billionaire, and I really don't want to be. There's too much responsibility with that. But I am comfortable. And I would love to see a lot of you get to this place. So I'm not out to prove anything. I'm just a granny who would love to see some people come along for the ride. So there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.